ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10. Did we read this? Yeah, verse 9. रक्षस्वसुर्व्यकृत रूपमशुद्ध बुद्धेस्तस्याखर त्रिशिरदूषण मुख्य बंधून् जग्ने चतुर्दश सहस्रमपारणीय कोदंडपाणिर् अटमान उवास कृच्छ्रम्. While wandering in the forest, where he accepted life of hardship, carrying his invincible bow and arrows in his hand, Lord Ramachandra deformed Ravana's sister, who was polluted with lusty desires, by cutting off her nose and ears. He also killed her 14,000 Rakshasa friends, headed by Khara, Trishira, and Dushana. So it's continuing narration. So then, where do they come and stay? No, before that actually. This is before they come to Panchavati, right? Or while they are in Panchavati. No. So Shurpanakha, somehow she comes to know about Rama. So and then she comes to see. So Rama is there with Lakshmana and Sita. And there's a fun incident that happens. So Shurpanakha, so she got attracted by looking at Rama. Now, of course, when you say attracted to Rama, then we have so many stories that come to mind, which connects to Krishna Lila. So Lord Rama, of course, Krishna is beautiful and Rama is also beautiful. Again, I've told this before, saying that we don't use the word handsome with the Supreme Lord, with respect to Supreme Lord. We use the word beautiful. Okay, because actually whatever we think of as beauty in this material world, which is attributed more to ladies, the source of that is Krishna. So, Krishna is beautiful, Rama is beautiful. Now, though Lord Rama was Maryada Purushottama, now obviously whether he was Maryada Purushottama or not, the people who saw him could not control themselves, right? Could not control themselves, right? So they couldn't prevent their from being attracted to Rama. So once what happens that Rama is in, actually this is I told, I think after the marriage in Mithila, so after the marriage in Mithila, then actually all the Mithila Vasis, they're looking at Rama and they are getting attracted to Rama. No, they got so much attracted to Rama, they wanted to enjoy conjugal relationship with Rama. Obviously Rama was Ekapatni, he was Ekapatni Vrata he was doing. So in this life, he's not going to marry more than one wife. And then, of course, anybody who gets attracted to the Supreme Lord, he's going to get whatever they desire. And so they get the benediction saying by Lord Ramachandra saying that not in this Leela, but in the next Leela. When I come as Krishna, you can then associate with me. Then Ramachandra goes to Koshala. Koshala is the mother's house, Kausalya's house. And then again, even there, all the women there are attracted to Ramachandra, and um, so all the women are attracted, and again the same thing. They get attracted to Rama and they desire conjugal relationship with Rama. So, so then Rama, again there also he gives benediction, saying that you will associate with me in Krishna Lila. Then he comes to Dandakaranya. Now, in Dandakaranya, of course, okay, then we can say, okay, then that, Mithila and or whatever, Koshala, and okay, all women are getting attracted to Lord Rama, who is the most beautiful, etc. But then, when Rama comes to Dandakaranya, and then there are Rishi Munis who are in Dandakaranya, who are actually worshippers of Gopal, meaning Krishna, form of Krishna. So they're all worshipping Gopal, and they're attracted to Gopal. And then when they see Rama, as soon as they see Ramachandra, something happens to them. I don't want to use the word which is used. Um, so some zing happens in their heart. Uh, so they are attracted to Lord Ramachandra, um, and then tell Ramachandra saying that we are attracted to Gopal. But then when we see you, we are feeling attraction. The attraction to our Gopal has increased. And then of course, Lord Rama and Gopal are non-different. And again, um, and again, they're all attracted to Ramachandra, and Ramachandra gives the benediction saying that you can associate with me when I come as Krishna. So they are called as Rishi Chari. So there are Rishi Chari gopis, there are Muni Chari gopis, then there are Mithila Vasis who become gopis, then there are Koshala Vasis who become gopis, then even Krishna also attracts the women in Mathura. Uh, so like this, so all this is described in Garga Samhita. So that is the attraction of the Supreme Lord, right? So obviously, Shurpanaka getting attracted to Rama was not like a big deal. As in, obviously, she couldn't have prevented herself from being attracted to Lord Rama. So then she comes, then she's attracted to Rama, and then she sees Sita Mata standing nearby, and obviously, then mm, between Rama and Lakshmana, then they play some prank with Shurpanaka. So Rama says, Shurpanaka, like why you are coming to me? See, I'm already married. My wife is here. Hmm. So why don't you do one thing? You go to my brother Lakshman. Hmm. He's also handsome. He's also beautiful. He's also very qualified like me. So you will be happy with him. You go. Now, obviously, Shurpanaka was Rakshasi, right? So what intelligence you will have? So then she said, okay, not Rama. Okay, then let it be Lakshmana. Then she goes to Lakshmana. And Lakshmana, obviously, both of them figured, right? They would have just looked at each other and they know what they need to do next. So then Lakshmana said, see, okay, it's fine, you can get married to me, but there is a little problem. What is the problem? Problem is that I am actually servant of my brother, Lord Rama. Hmm. So now obviously, so I'm a dasa, and what will you become? You'll become dasi of Ram. Now, I don't think you would like to become dasi of Ram, right? So you want to become wife of Rama, want to enjoy Rama. So you better get married to Rama only. So then again, uh, ping pong is happening. So Rama pushes her to Lakshmana, Lakshmana pushes her back to Rama. Now, obviously, when she comes back to Rama, now she realizes, saying that okay, these guys are playing fool with me. And then she realized, okay, now suddenly she becomes angry. She says, okay, it's all because of this Sita. Right? Otherwise, I would have married Rama. Because Rama is saying, because my wife is there, I'm not going to marry. So then she decides to kill Sita, and then she's coming menacingly towards Sita. And then Lord Rama becomes serious. He says, and then he calls Lakshmana, saying, Lakshmana, why are you speaking in a way that she's going to hurt Sita Devi? And then he orders him, saying that, okay, cut off her nose and ears. And Lakshmana very easily cuts off. Mm, Just imagine ears and nose cut off. And then, blood is like just flowing like water. And of course, she was a Rakshasi. She couldn't experience the pain of having her ears and nose cut off as much as she wanted Rama. So then she goes to her brother. Um, she goes to her brother. Uh, and she tells him, Ravana, she scolds him, Surpanaka, saying that, what kind of a brother are you? Uh, you're just chilling yourself, you're happy with all your wives and enjoying your kingdom, and you're not even bothered what's happening to your sister. And then Ravana's false ego is hurt, and he says, what happened? Why are you speaking like this? And she says, see, there is this person by name Rama in the forest, and he looks like he can, seems to have the power to, he seems to have the power to destroy this whole universe, maybe many universes. He seems to be so powerful. But then she wanted Rama. That means that she wanted to get Sita out of the way, right? So that was her evil intent. So then, now this is the first time Ravana actually hears description of Sita. This is the first instance. And obviously, Surpanaka knows what needs to be done. And so she very nicely glorifies the beauty of Sita Mata to such an extent that Ravana's heart gets attracted to Sita. And then now he can't think about anybody but this beautiful person. And then he's thinking, okay, and then she should become my wife. So then, of course, I mean, by then she's instigated him sufficiently, and says, you have to kill Rama. Okay, Ravana thinks that, okay, Rama must be an ordinary man, ordinary human being in the forest. So it's okay. So in that same area where Rama and all of them were there, were these three brothers of Ravana, uh, Kara, Trishira, and Dushana. So then Ravana gives orders to them, saying that, okay, you go and kill him. Now, these three brothers, they had a army of 10,000 Rakshasas. Rakshasa is enough, right, for a mortal human being. Of course, then I thought, yeah, okay, maybe a little bit more powerful person. So, okay, 10,000 Rakshasas are enough. And then they go to attack Rama. And of course, what is the big difficulty for Rama or Lakshmana to destroy this Rakshasa? So in very short time, uh, in very short time, Rama just destroys all the Rakshasa. Everybody is dead. And actually, Shurpanaka becomes extremely afraid and surprised because those Rakshasas were invincible, and Rama so easily just killed all of them. So that news also then she takes to Ravana, saying that Rama has just killed all your soldiers in the forest. So then, so at that time, though that the understanding of the power of Rama came to Ravana, but he did not take it seriously. Why he didn't take it seriously? Because his heart was gripped by Sita's description. So he said, I don't care, whoever it is. He makes up his mind that I want Sita. Mm. So this is the power of Shravanam. We have positive and negative examples of very good Shravanam, right? Rukmini heard about Krishna and she wanted to marry. Ravana heard about Sita and he also wanted to marry her. So, which is why we need to hear about Krishna. Mm. Okay, if you want, we can also get the feeling to marry him or whatever. It's up to us. But we should hear about Krishna and Krishna Lila. Mm. Now, of course, it's a it's a challenge. It's a challenge to come to Krishna Lila because we have to go through all the 9 cantos of Bhagavatam, and by that time, our heart has to be sufficiently purified for us to hear about Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Hmm. But of course, Prabhupada was so merciful to all of us fallen souls, so he gave us Krishna book, right? Um, and Prabhupada did not complete his purports to Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Obviously, just very initial, what, 1920 chapters, maybe he gave commentary and then he had to leave this world. So now, obviously, we wonder what is the reason for this. Now, I have some speculation about it, which I'm not going to share in public, but so he didn't write his purports to Bhagavatam, but before that, and hence Krishna made him to write Krishna book, right? So Prabhupada has all his um, feelings towards Krishna written down in Krishna book, which is why to understand Prabhupada's mood, we should read towards Krishna. Primarily, we should read Krishna book. But the real work of a devotee, what is the real work of a devotee? The real work of a devotee of Krishna is not the first 9 cantos. It's work. It's okay. It's just so that we bring ourselves to the position to accept saying that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Mm. But then that's just more setting the platform, foundation. Uh, so, and then when we come to Krishna's pastimes, um, distraction. When we come to Krishna's pastimes, um, yeah, thank you. Hmm. Yeah, so when we hear Krishna's pastimes, from as described by our acharyas, now automatically we will get attracted. We will get attracted to Krishna. Okay, and like I was saying in some class, saying, and there is Balya Lila, there is Kaumara Lila, and then there is uh, Kaishora Lila. Now, those who are attracted to Krishna in Vatsalya Bhav, they are more attracted to Balya Lila. Now, of course, I'm going on a tangent, but uh, yeah, just something to think about. Uh, Now, most devotees in ISKCON, generally, they seem to be naturally attracted to Balya Lila of Krishna. Now we do Damodar Arti, and then we are hearing about, Krishna doing this amazing, beautiful pastime of Damodar Lila. Um, um, yeah, and then there are so many pastimes of Krishna when he was a small child, and generally it attracts anybody. Now, Krishna is amazing, right? Everything about Krishna is amazing. Now, the kind of things that he does. So he's done his Balya Leela in such a way that it attracts everybody. That's that's the, that's the idea. The idea is to attract all jivas, who are attracted by the glamour, glitter of this material world. Uh, so, uh, but then, the ones who make a little bit more advancement, uh, right? Then they go to Pauganda Leela. They go to Pauganda Leela now, which is basically Sakhya Bhav. So then devotees get attracted to Krishna in Sakhya because it is actually that time of Krishna's manifest pastimes that he actually gives a lot of happiness to his boyfriends, right? He gives a lot of happiness because then he's not going to be there to give them happiness um, in Kaishora. Of course, in Kaishora also the boys are there with him all the time, but then his heart is elsewhere. His heart is gone. So, but he's there. He's there as much as possible. He loves his boyfriends also, and then he's there with them as much as possible for him, as much as is possible, mm, because his heart is stolen. And then so Kaishora is what Gaudiya Vaishnavas should get attracted by. But generally, I think the mood in ISKCON is also little bit more towards Balya Leela. Obviously, we think that we're not supposed to discuss any higher topics. So my Guru Maharaj gave one class saying that gopis are banned in ISKCON. Then he says, no, it's not like that. But one needs to come to a very high platform of um, understanding of Krishna's supreme position to be able to actually understand his pastimes with gopis, right? So it requires purity. So Lord Ramachandra, that way, he facilitates, the entry of all these amazing devotees from all over creation into Krishna's pastimes, right? Into Krishna Lila. So which is why, so this episode also of Rama being in the forest and all these are very significant for us from perspective of Krishna Lila. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, then all these people are killed. Now going forward, okay, one more verse. Sita khatha shravana deepita shrushayena shushtam vilokya nripate dashakandharena jagne bhutaina vapushashramato Marichamashu Vishikhena Yatha Kamugraha. O King Parikshit, when Ravana, who had 10 heads on his shoulders, heard about the beautiful and attractive features of Sita, his mind was agitated by lusty desires. And he went to kidnap her. To distract Lord Ramachandra from his ashrama, Ravana sent Maricha in the form of a golden deer. And when Lord Ramachandra saw that wonderful deer, he left his residence and followed it and finally killed it with a sharp arrow, just as Lord Shiva killed Daksha. So every stage of Ramayana is amazing. Um, of course, now generally people know that okay, they think that okay, there's some Lakshmana Rekha, etc., etc. Valmiki Ramayana says there's no Lakshmana Rekha. Okay, that's there in maybe Tulsi Ramayana. Um, now, so Rama and Sita are in the forest and um, they're living a happy life. Actually, they go all over. They go all over the forest, and they visit all the rishi munis, and like they're happy. It doesn't. It's not actually looking like you know vanavas, or they're not feeling any pain of being in the forest, etc. They're just happy. They've accepted their life that it's temporary and that it'll go on, and um, yeah, and they're happy going around to other rishi munis, hearing from them and serving them, etc. Now, then this incident happens. Now, after Shurpanaka has described the beauty of Sita, now Ravana's Ravana has just lost himself, right? Um, so he's now all the time thinking about Sita, and obviously he wants to get her, wants to get married to her. And Ravana was a demon, so already he had like thousands of wives, and his chief wife Mandodari was she was a very chaste wife and also very good natured and well behaved. And then she tells Ravana saying that this is not good. Why you have so many wives? Why don't you just enjoy yourself here? Why you want to get one more? And then she feels that it's dangerous because after hearing what happened to Dushana, Trishira, and all those 10,000 demons, so she's a bit worried. And then she gives wifely advice. As a wife, she gives advice to Ravana, but Ravana was in no mood to hear anything. So then he decides saying that no, 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 somehow I have to get her. Now, how do I get her? Then he goes to Maricha. He goes to Maricha. Now, Maricha, we already discussed, right? Yesterday, Maricha was when Vishwamitra was doing his yagna, then Maricha and Subhahu came, and Subhahu was killed, and Maricha was thrown 1,100 yojanas into the ocean. And then what happens to Maricha is from then on, Maricha is gripped by with fear of Rama. So Valmiki Ramana describes saying that even if he hears anything starting with Ra, he starts shaking. So that much fear he developed on Rama. Now Ravana had thought that he has some uh, intelligent plan to kidnap Sita. Mm. So I don't know why this word kidnap is used, but anyway, uh, want to take Sita away without So then he goes to Maricha and tells him, saying that okay, I have a plan. You need to help me. And then when Ravana starts describing that this is all to do with Rama, Maricha says, boss, like you're really gone nuts. Don't bother. Go find somebody else. Get whatever. Don't meddle with Rama. Don't go to him. Yeah, it's not going to be good for you. But of course, Ravana was filled with false ego, right? So he said, nothing doing. Mm. Then he tells, okay, you have an ultimatum. You either die in my hands now, or if you think that you're going to die in Rama's hands, that's up to you. So then Maricha thinks, saying, why do I have to get killed from this dushta, right? I better get killed by Rama. So then he finally agrees, saying that, okay, I'm okay to do whatever you want to say. And then Ravana says, okay, you have to take the form of exquisite, supremely attractive deer and should um, lure Rama away from Sita, take him away from Sita. So then Maricha he doesn't want to do it, but he is figured saying that, okay, I'm going to die now. Either Rama is going to kill me or Ravana is going to kill me. It's okay, let me do some service to Rama. Now, um, so then he goes there and then both of them go near that hermitage. And by that time, Rama is not there. Rama and Lakshmana are not there around. Sita is alone. And then this rascal Ravana comes in the form of a sannyasi, right? To accept alms. Of course, English, there's a saying that face is the index of man, right? So when anybody who looked at Ravana could make out saying that he can't be a sadhu, right? So, but whatever, he does his best to conceal himself, and then he comes um, and then he begs for alms, and then Sita sees, okay, some sadhu, and then she wants to give some alms, etc. But then obviously at that time, Ravana grabs hold of Sita's hands. Now at this time, Varaha Purana says that Ravana could not touch Sita because um, uh, demons cannot come in touch with the Supreme Lord or his energy. Right. So at that very moment when Ravana touched Sita, Sita was replaced by Chaya Sita. Okay. Chaya means shadow Sita, which means it was a shadow of Sita. Now again, I'm going to get distracted into Krishna Lila. So I was telling a devotee saying that I'm going to tell about this Chaya gopis. Now maybe time. So in Krishna Lila, so this Chaya, basically Chaya means Purnamasi, the Leela Shakti of the Lord. She needs to do various things, pretty complicated things. Pretty complicated things she needs to do. So in this case, obviously, she didn't want Ravana to touch Sita, so she replaced her by Chaya Sita, which means that without being known or seen by Ravana, original Sita just disappeared from the place, and she was replaced by Chaya Sita, which is like Maya Sita, meaning it could be touched by Ravana and it's fine, right? So, and of course, this incident goes on, then you know that who's that? Jatayu then comes to the rescue, and then he dies, and so on. And then Sita is taken to Lanka as captive. And then, of course, then we'll discuss that rest of it later. So now, whatever 5 minutes left, I'm going to just discuss about this Chaya gopis. Many people are confused about Krishna Lila. Why Krishna has to do all these, stuff? Why does he? Why does he have to marry uh, wives of other men? It's immoral. It's not right to do that. Uh, yeah, why would Krishna do anything like that? Krishna is comes to do dharma samsthapanarthaya. So, so when I first read this in Bhagavatam, generally saying that okay, Krishna married gopis who were wives of, I said like not possible. There's something wrong. It can't be like this. Now, how can Krishna do like this? And then obviously Bhagavatam or Krishna book, there are no hints about this. It doesn't say anything that what actually happened or what happened behind the scenes. And then this created a search. Uh, mm, of course, not a AI search, right? Human search to understand what is this, what is going on, right? And this is the beauty about Krishna Lila. When you hear something about Krishna, then you're intrigued, saying that what is this? How can it be? And then your inquisitive mind start pushes you to search. And of course, now this search for the truth, absolute truth, mm, is not, it doesn't happen on the mundane platform. It's not our ability. It's not that we know the sources of this information. We don't know any of this, right? So it happens on the transcendental platform. Uh, Krishna says, Ananya Chintayanto ma dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So Krishna has to give buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga means intelligence to get connected to him. And Krishna gives the intelligence to devotees in different ways, based on what our desires are with respect to devotion. And it took me almost 10 years to find the answer to this one question. So what happened? Why did Krishna do something like this? No, Krishna didn't do anything wrong. Uh, so, so again, Leela Shakti. Leela Shakti does all the magic in all of the Lord's Leelas, and especially Krishna Leela, because Krishna Leela is super complicated. It just sounds very simple, right? And so, which is why Bala Leela is okay. Easy to understand, whatever, right? But when it comes to Kaishora Leela, very complicated, can't understand what's going on. So anyway, so the point was that, like I said, everybody's attracted to Krishna. And even all those gopis who were born before Krishna, who nobody could resist Krishna. Nobody. I mean, just imagine this statement. Nobody can resist Krishna. He's that kind of a personality. Obviously, all the gopis, young girls. Prabhupada says young girls. So these young girls wanted to associate with Krishna. Mm. Mm. Now there are two kinds of gopis, right? One were okay. No, I'm not going to get into so much of detail. So, um, Nanda Maharaj, okay, all the parents of the young gopis, and also Nanda and Yashoda, they wanted their daughters to marry Krishna, obviously. But then, Paurnamasi, Leela Shakti had some other plans. So she wanted to prevent this marriage between the gopis and Krishna. I'm not going to get into too many details. Let it remain and create some questions in all of you. So then she prevents the marriage. She prevents the marriage. Though they could have got married and then they lived happily ever after types, right? But she prevented the marriage. And obviously then all the gopis had to get married. And Purnamasi also makes them to get married to other gopas. Okay. So now all the gopis are all the, of course, the little bit younger ones who did the Katyayani Vrata. They were still unmarried. Now there are all the other gopis who got married. Um, and now they were wives of other husbands. Now what will I do? Now Krishna still their attraction to Krishna has not gone. Uh, Krishna is also attracted to them. Um, and then Krishna starts all this Kaishora pastimes, right? He starts blowing his flute and attracting all the gopis, etc. Then it becomes difficult to understand, saying that now why is Krishna drawing all these married women towards him? And because people can't understand, then they say Krishna is immoral, Krishna did nonsense and this and that and all that. But it's not true. The truth is that the gopis are eternal associates of Krishna. They don't know anybody but Krishna. Their existence is Krishna. Right? Um, so obviously Krishna wanted to associate with his devotees because as devotees wanted his association. Krishna says, Ye yatham am prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyam. So whatever the devotee wants, he will give, and devotees, all the gopis wanted his association. So he wanted to give that association. So then he played his flute, and all the women came to associate with Krishna. Now, this is not very difficult to understand in the sense, like, we have Janmashtami and all women also come to Janmashtami for Janmashtami at 12 o'clock, and they might sing and dance and whatever, right? So, what is the big deal? The big deal was that Krishna was personally present there, and he was not seen as God, right? He was seen more as, um, as a Gopa, right? Gopa there, and so, uh, uh, um, yeah, so so it became difficult for others to accept, saying that, oh, no, no, how can these young girls go to Krishna? Uh, um, hmm. So what Yoga Maya does is when Krishna calls all these gopis or when Krishna blows his flute, Yoga Maya creates Chaya gopis. So these Chaya gopis, like Ravana could not touch Sita, all these husbands of the gopis could not touch the original gopis. So who they came in contact with as husband and wife were the Chaya gopis. And the original gopis, unknown and, remaining as pure as they ever were, associate with the Lord. So the Krishna doesn't do anything which is wrong. So we have to understand this, but it takes years of, austerity, penance to actually understand Krishna's original position. So anyway, so we went from Chaya Sita to Chaya Gopis. So we'll close here. Any comments you can make, otherwise we'll close here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhaktam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanvat Pranam.
Pranam.
So, Prabhu, quick question, right? So we were also listening to the pastimes of Putna, and then she herself was sister of, Bali Maharaj, and then she had a desire, right, to have Krishna as a son, and then she developed some,
Yeah,
enmity towards
enmity
Lord,
also. Yeah.
right? So again, I mean, see, Lord is in one way or other fulfilling the desires, right? Akamo sarvakamo.
Yeah.
So for Surpanaka, right? So she had this intense desire, right, to marry Lord Rama, to
Yeah.
be with Lord Rama. So how was her wish fulfilled? Because even
Kubja.
Putana got that.
Kubja.
Kubja. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she came as Kubja.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Krishna doesn't, he fulfills everybody's desires. Yeah. But because she came as Kubja and not the gopis, because she had some lust. She had seen
Oh,
Rama with lust, not with devotion. So Krishna wanted to give her association, purify her also, but still she took up that role, which was a little bit not pure.
okay, bro.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to connect the dots. Yes. Maybe I
Yeah.
heard, but I forgot. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so we'll close then. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।